Heck yeah, dude.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna with the same thing, right?
The burst fade.
Hey, it came out pretty sick, though. I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but toot.
Hey, fool. It was pretty sick. I liked it.
Did you get anybody talk to you about it?
Nah, just Ale. She was
What's
like,
this?
it looks like a mohawk in the back. And I was like, that's because it's the burst fade, babe. Make you bursty. She's like, shut up.
So on a level of 1 to 10, how tired are you today?
I'm actually not that tired. I slept like 2 hours. I'm good.
Because I called you, and you're like, top of the morning to you. I was like, I thought for sure this fool wasn't going to be awake. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I was getting out the shower when he called me, so I was already awake.
I was just like, I hope that I don't wake up early for nothing. Because there's these stinking like trees around our house, and there's these little peritos.
Oh, you get those too?
They won't shut up, dude, but they
fools.
go from like 12 in the morning to like 2 in the morning. I'm like, aren't you fools supposed to be asleep? Like, what's your problem?
Yep. Those little freaking parakeets.
So annoying, dude.
Yup. I get them by the pad too. I get home from work and they're already chirping. It's like 2 in the morning. I'm like, fool, do you not know I like to sleep with my window open? Now shut up already. I was like, gang, you're worse than my kids.
Whoa.
Yeah, just kidding.
This isn't recorded.
I don't care, fool.
It is what it is.
It's called Deep in the Cuts for a reason.
So what's the plan for today?
Well, I gotta go to this fool's T-ball game and then go home and sleep. Nah, and do chores, laundry, dad stuff. But
laundry, huh?
Pretty much the big thing is this fool's T-ball game, where dad's gonna be keeping score. All low pro because they don't keep score.
Are you a scorekeeper or are you just doing it voluntarily?
No, I keep score for my own tabs, fool. Because it's T-ball, so they don't keep score because they don't want the kids to... They want them to learn their fundamentals. But I'm like, frick that, dude. I played T-ball. You had to learn to score somehow.
Kids these days,
dude. So sensitive.
All this nerfs in society.
That's why
there's no consequences.
People are wondering why their kids are so soft and wearing rainbow shirts. Sheesh. Right? So I'm not sharpening that target no more. I said it here first.
All right. So what's the deal with Target? Give me the rundown.
I don't know. It's just, I guess it's their Pride Month, so they're pushing all the gender neutral clothes onto the kids, but they're all rainbowed out. It's like, hello, fool. I'm not putting my kid in no gay pride crap. Like, come on, dog. Can't be pushy. I get you want to be gay. Okay, that's fine. But don't be pushing it on my kids. What I was saying is, why don't we have a straight Pride Month? Huh? Equality, huh? Where's that at? But it's not here.
You heard it here first. Where's the equality?
Where is that at? Shoot.
That is wild, though, that they're doing that. I see like a lot of things on like not TikTok, on Instagram and like the YouTube reels.
Yep. It's kind of, I mean, it just weirds me out, dude. Like, I'm not, I mean, call me a homophobe, whatever you want to say, I don't care. I was like, but I don't like it. And it makes me feel like I can't walk into a store without being like, oh, pride this. I'm like, dude, come on. They're kids. They don't know what the heck pride is. They don't even know what gay means. It just means happy. And then all this, like, oh, I'm not a man, I'm not a woman. It's like, dude, God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Right?
Yeah.
Tell them.
But I don't know. I guess it's just the way I was raised. I guess maybe me but that's why I say, call me a homophobe, whatever. But it's just like, I got gay cousins. But, and they're married, which I respect that. But, I just tell them around my kids, just, chill it with the kissing, don't be macking down on your significant other. But, I mean, they're cool. Just don't be pressing it on my kids. And when I walk in the store, I don't want to be pressured, be like, oh, to walk the other way because I'm like, my stomach's turning.
Are you sure your stomach's turning from that and not the old,
maybe it might be the coffee, but
the coffee or the old 7-Eleven burritos that you were eating? Maybe.
I don't know. It could have been the beer. I don't know, but it's still making me feel weird.
Oh my God.
Hey,
but for real though, nothing beats the 7-Eleven pizza at midnight.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
When it's fresh.
That's what we were trying to go get last night at work. But stupid guy didn't want to make a whole pizza, sell us 2 slices.
Wait, he didn't want to make a pizza?
Yeah, he didn't want to make a pizza, sell us 2 slices.
Wow.
I was like, all right, fool.
He's not trying to get the bag, dude.
And we're in Pasadena, so you know some people over there are white and they're racist. But
Fool, you look like you're white.
I didn't go in. That's why I told my coworker, I was like, if I would have went in, he probably would have made it.
He would have said, I got you, brother.
Yeah, and my coworker looks chola, so you know she's like, nah, we're not making it for you.
Nah. So how do you like this job?
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's chill. Like last night, they gave us 8 hours to do 2 floors in a building, just carpet. And we did the first floor within like, I don't know, 40 minutes we got there. You know? And it was just like, okay, we're done. Then we took a long break. Chill. It's pretty much on my phone. And the next floor we went to had a soda machine, like one of those ones you go to, like the new ones where they have all the flavors, the Coca-Cola machines. So I was like, oh, nice. So we were just sitting there. And that's when you called me. I was sipping on some high C. I was just chilling, waiting to start the next floor because it was only like, I finished the next floor like in 10 minutes, like 15, 20 minutes. Because it's just going through the aisles and cleaning the carpet around the offices.
When you told me what you worked for, I thought you worked for Swan Services, and you worked in the ATL with what's his name?
Oh, with T.I.?
The T.I.
Pretty much. We got a couple brothers that work with us. Nobody likes working with them because they just sit down sometimes.
Wow.
They're lazy, fool. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not racist, but they're lazy. Like one time we went to a hospital, and dude was supposed to be helping move the furniture. Everybody's working, doing their thing, you know, like even if you're standing around, you're kind of like, what do I do next, you know? This fool did something like moved a piece of furniture out, saw a chair and sat down, be on his phone and looking, see if somebody sees him. And then he'd get up and start working like if somebody comes. And then our supervisor caught him one time. He's like, hey, what are you doing? And the fool's like, oh, yeah. He's like, what are you supposed to be doing? I was like, oh, I had nothing to do. He's like, well, why didn't you keep moving the furniture out of the next rooms? Oh, I was taking a break. Like, come on, dude. You can't be doing that. But, I mean, it's cool.
I can't front, dog, to be acting like I wouldn't do that either.
No, I mean, I do it too, but I mean, I get the work done and then take a break, you know? But, because there's like 4 of us, but it's just like we need help to move the beds in the hospital. Those things are heavy, dude. It takes 2 of us to put it on the dollies and roll them out. And they're like the OB beds.
Which one's that?
The ones where they put the ladies put their feet up, you know?
How?
They put their feet up. Like, so they're like, it's like where they give birth.
Yeah,
those beds. So they got the stirrups and
Don't
stuff.
lie, do you test out the stirrups?
Nah, I couldn't. They didn't let me. They didn't want me to break it.
You do have a reputation for breaking things.
I wanted to. I do. Especially at the Mendozas.
Oh my gosh. So how many walls have you broken at people's houses?
Broken or fell over? I don't know, dude. A lot.
Well, you broke my computer chair.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did, and you went into the mirror, remember?
Yeah, I know. It was broken though already.
No, it wasn't, dude. Here we go. You're gonna start making up your lies.
Nah, dude, all I did was lean back and that thing went whoosh. I was like, oh, snap. Almost killed myself. Thought the glass was gonna break. I seriously thought it was gonna be cut up into pieces.
Stupid guy, dude.
My dad was all mad.
Yeah, that was our favorite computer chair. Only one that we had, and you're just over here breaking it all willy-nilly.
Oh, I swear. Never went over your house and never went the same.
Dude, we always had adventures in those days. Like in high school, it was always. Remember, we were just bus missions.
Yeah.
So the other day, I took my daughter to softball practice, and at Grant Ray Park.
Yeah.
And that was the park that we busted a mission on the skateboards because I went to go meet up with some gal.
Oh yeah.
And dude, remember that?
Yeah. Kind of. It's a blur.
It was all a dream.
I remember going to Grand Ray. That was funny. But yeah, how was the T-ball? It was funny, huh?
Oh man, you know what? It was cool. The only thing is, like, my daughter, I think she's probably like the youngest on the team. Yeah. So what it was like it wasn't T-ball. It was just like a tryouts for like actual teams.
Oh, okay.
So I think like most of them had played there before, or some at some other park rather.
Yeah.
So they kind of had the fundamentals down already. So my daughter's like way behind the curve.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't think she's like mentally ready for like competition yet, because they were just doing like basic drills where they would like put the bat down, get in a batter stance, and then like do a sequence. So like on 1, you pick up your hands. 2, you step into the hit, and 3, you swing. And then Aaron was like, we don't have like gear for her yet, because I want to be like, hey, I don't want to spend $170.
Yeah. You should have just signed her up for the county one, fool. You got gear ready for you. Aaron doesn't even have a helmet. He's the only one on the team that doesn't have a helmet and wears the helmet the coach provides. Like everybody bought their own helmets. And it's like, I get it why the parents don't want their kids to wear it, because they're like, that's all old and sweat in there. But I'm like,
nah, my kid.
Fool, come on, dog.
A little ringworm won't kill nobody.
Yeah, it's like building his immune system. Come on.
No, but they were doing those drills, and so the coach was like, all right, if you don't have like a helmet or a bat, go stand by the fence and just watch.
Yeah. So
he was doing that sequence drill, and he would have all the kids put their bats down on the floor. And I was having Aaron watch, or trying to. I was on the other side of the fence, like, Aaron, look. She's just standing there, like, looking at everything but what they're doing.
Yeah. And I do that all the time with this guy.
I was like, look, you can do this drill. And she would just look at me, like, staring deep into the abyss. I'm like, oh, my God. But
it's so freaking stressful. You're like, come on.
I don't want to be that dad, too. It's like, come on.
Nah,
get
dude,
your head out of here.
I'm out there on the field. I'm like, come on, Aaron, let's go. I don't care, dude.
But it's also, it's her first time, like, doing any sports like that.
Yeah, but so, you want him to pay attention.
Yeah, but
that's the problem with this guy. My Aaron, he doesn't pay attention for crap. They'll be sitting there playing with the flowers.
Yeah, that was totally my Aaron. Like, they had him line up against the fence, and then they were doing this other drill where, like, they would do the sequence again with the bat in hand. So they were standing in the batter's box, and they would do it, and then they were supposed to run to first. So all the kids were right there on the fence with their bat and their helmets on, ready to go. And Aaron was just like playing with the dirt, like not paying attention. Like kids were escaping her. I was like, come on, come on.
Yeah, get so I do this too. Freaking guy, be playing with the dirt, throwing the dirt around.
I wanted to have fun though, and I'm not expecting her to be like the next Aaron Judge dog. So I wanted to have fun and to just get a like and. Because if I'm that dad that just like pushes on them, they're not ready.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna hate it. So.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't hate it. It's just he likes it. It's just fun. It's just he kind of gets mad, like not mad, but he just like he hates it when I get out there and tell I get on him. But I'm just like, dude, come on, you gotta pay attention. Even the coach is telling him. So it's just like he's the kid. I already told my wife, I was like, he's the kid the coach doesn't even want to coach anymore because he doesn't pay attention. like he's not paying attention. So the coach is like, why even bother? Like they gave up on him real quick, so I was like,
real
dude.
quick.
Yeah, and so I told him, I was like, dude, you don't want your coach, don't you want your coach to teach you? He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, he's not gonna teach you if you don't pay attention to him. He's like, I pay attention. I was like, no, you don't, dude. You're playing with the dirt. And he's just like,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
you say.
Dad, whatever. I'm like, okay, dude. So now he's like, the coach is like, his last resort. He puts him on like during practice. He'll put him like, oh, this guy's not here. Aaron, come here.
I guess.
Yeah, like he's like the guy you don't want to pee on your baseball team.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, it's fun. I just go and freaking laugh at him all the time.
So the other sad thing is, they were doing drills, and I had to go to the bathroom. So it was maybe about like 40 yards away, right there, next to the bleachers. So I ran, and as I took the first 2 steps. Both my knees popped, and it hurt so bad. I was like, dude, I thought I had more time than this.
Wow.
And I legit, I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and I sat on the bench, and I was, all sad, dude. I was like, dude, I take care of myself. I eat right.
Dude, that's nothing.
And I can't even run 2 steps with I'm deteriorating so bad already.
Nah, it's nothing. Last time we were at a practice at Aaron's, and I'm walking. I just got off work, and I'm, walking to go give. Sebastian was at the playground, so I'm walking him back because Ale just got there. And I was already fed up with this food, so I was like, here, take him. But as I'm walking, I'm looking at where she's at, but I'm not paying attention to the ground. Dude, I step in a hole and just roll my ankle all sick. I almost landed on top of this fool. He hit his head because I tried rolling. And I was like afraid of smashing him. So I rolled to my side, but I couldn't hold him with both hands.
He was collateral damage
Yeah,
in your
he
fall?
just freaking, oh, it was funny.
Don't be anywhere in my vicinity, dude,
Yeah,
because you're going down like a bad habit.
Yeah, dude. And then freaking, I get up and I'm all limping. The next day I call off work because I was like, my ankle's dead. I was like, heck no, I'm not going in, dude. There's no way I'm going up a ladder with my ankle like that. So I was like, dude.
I was talking to these cats that I work with, and I was like, listen, you don't got to tell them why you're not coming in because they don't care, first of all. And two, it's like, it's none of their business. Just like, you just say like, hey, I'm not going to make it, like, illness. Bam, there it is. Uh-oh. We got some in-studio guests.
Yeah, my kids.
He gave them the power finger.
Heck yeah.
Go sit down, be quiet.
That's the Thor finger. Sit down, be quiet, right now. That food knows already, too.
Hey, so what's it like being a dad to a stepchild?
It's cool. I mean, it's
in your experience, give me like.
I mean, there's times where it's like, he's like my son, and then there's times where it's like, he's like, I gotta, like, some situations I gotta, like, check myself, like, okay, he's not really my son. But that was in the beginning.
What do you mean by that he's not really my son?
Because, like, there's certain things, like, when you're raising somebody else's kid, they, like, you can't hit him or, like, not hit him, but, like, give him a little swat to correct him, And you gotta check yourself because he's not yours. So it's mainly like, or even like just trying to scold him. You don't want to overstep.
Yeah.
So it's more so like that situation where, he's not. You gotta realize like, okay, this isn't really my kid. Even though you're raising him, like you're helping him grow up, but teaching him things because he does everything you do. But you gotta check yourself and be like, okay, can I do this or should I just send him to his mom?
Do you ever feel like you have to walk on eggshells?
At first I did.
Like, what can I do?
Yeah, like at first I would literally be like talk to his mom all the time, be like, am I doing okay, or like what am I doing wrong, or because I didn't know what the heck was raising a kid like.
So that was, and it was also your first son, right?
Yeah, he was 2, so it was like right now like Sebi, he's still a baby.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard too, because this food, he mainly understood Spanish, and I didn't know crap of Spanish. So my
now
Spanglish,
you're fluent?
Nah, not even. I'm still Spanglish. But I know a lot more than what I did the last 3 years. But it's just one of those things where he had a little language barrier. So I would have to be like, oh, come and talk to this guy, or like even when he was with me, like I'd be like, Aaron, get over here, and then I would be like, ven pa acá, and he'd come, because he understood it. And I was getting used to realizing okay, is it just me or this food just ignoring me? And it was a little bit of some. He would ignore me, yeah. Like he would just be like, ignore me or not listen. But then there's times now that he's getting older, it's kind of like he knows that I'm his dad, but he's kind of realizing getting a little more attitude with me because he can tell that I'm not his dad.
You think so?
Yeah, dude, he knows.
I mean, you raised him since he was 2, though. Yeah. Aren't you his dad?
Yeah, I'm his dad, but biologically, he can tell okay, he's.
You think he really understands? What is it? He's 5, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's times where he knows, you could tell the way he acts, and you could be like, okay, this fool knows doesn't give me the respect of dad because he's like, you're not really my dad, But they know. Yeah, I honestly believe that he kind of can tell because I don't look like him. If this fool looks in the mirror, he's like, you don't look like me.
Listen, dog. Something ain't right here.
Yeah,
it doesn't add up, Blue.
So it's just I just me myself personally sometimes believe that, but then I'm like, nah, fool, I'm raising this fool. Forget that fool.
Listen, you live under my house, you eat my food, you're my son, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he knows he's my son.
Yeah.
And I'm always gonna give him that choice. If he wants to go know his dad, go for it. I even told my wife, I was like, I already know there's gonna be a day where he's gonna be like, well, where's my real dad? You know. And if he asks for him, I'd be like, don't be afraid to tell him like I'm not his dad. It's not a big deal to
But
me.
his dad's president or no?
I mean, he's not in his life, but he's alive.
But he's alive.
Yeah. So
He's
like,
somewhere out there.
yeah, he's
in the
like,
abyss.
I've never met him. Ali's, you know, she knows him, but she showed me a picture of him, but that's about it.
Don't lie. How jealous did you get?
That fool's ugly, dog. For real. I was like, damn, you really stepped up when you met me, huh?
Whoa! What'd she
She
say?
took a big step, and she's like, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna.
Not to toot my own horn, but toot toot.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, that fool's a little pipsqueak.
And how is it trying to manage both when you have, you know, your son and then?
Oh, I treat them the same. Like, they're both my sons, no matter what. But
Do you ever feel like more at ease though with your own son?
Well, now, like, it's both of them. Like, they're both my sons. Like, I'm just saying, like, beforehand, before I had Sebastian, it was, you know, like, okay, like when I first, like, it was around the first 2 years, like, we were me and her were together.
Hold on. Pause.
Pause.
And we're back.
Sorry.
We had a little technical difficulties.
Little commercial break.
Little commercial break.
Word from the sponsors.
Sponsored by Liquid IV.
Yeah,
Dude, those things are legit.
yeah, they are.
The thing is, like, you're not supposed to drink them all the time because they're like super high in sodium. It's just like an after.
Oopsie.
Yeah, it's what it's made for is like to hydrate you when you're like super dehydrated if you're doing like a long run or like a long workout.
I used to drink them like when I'm at work because I would sweat a lot and going up and down the ladder or working construction.
Uh-huh.
So I would drink one like before, well, like after my lunch or with my lunch, and then after work I would drink another one because I'd be like I sweat that one out. So
you're not supposed to drink more than one a day.
Yeah, I don't know. It was thirsty, yeah. But nah, I mean, I guess I didn't know that. I didn't know you can only have one a day.
Yeah, because it's super high in like the sodium and other things, potassium.
Oopsie.
So it could actually have like a negative effect on you. Because I was talking to somebody else and they were saying that like, oh, I don't feel good when I drink those, and I was like, yeah, but you're not supposed to drink them like all the time.
Yeah. I mean, they're coming clutch for the hangover. Not gonna lie.
They do though.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, because when you drink, like your body's not only dehydrated, but it's deficient in like the
sodium and all that.
Not the sodium, but not just the sodium, but like the vitamins.
Yeah.
So they have these things. I wanted to get them, not that I drink like that, but
I got them at Costco, dude. I bought them the pack. I got a pack at home, but I haven't even finished it.
But they have like these IV services where they have
like
like different kinds.
Yeah.
They have different kinds. You could do like a vitamin drip. They have like NAD plus drips. Like those are pretty legit.
Oh yeah, you can go to the hospital and ask for that. For real. You go be like, oh, I need an IV drip.
They're not just gonna give it to you.
No, they give it to you. Like if you're really like hungover.
No, but I mean, oh yeah.
But
I mean, like if you just walk into a hospital, like, hey, I'm here. Can I get a vitamin?
Oh no. I'm saying like if you're like feeling like really bad and you drank like too much the night, like day before, they'll give it to you, especially if you're still drunk. I've gotten one before.
It sounds like you've been speaking from experience, my guy.
Yeah, food. I walked into a freaking, I think it was an emergency room one time, and I was like, they're like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I'm feeling sick.
They asked you what's wrong with you?
Yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little drunk. I was like,
why did you go to the hospital?
Because I was freaking hungover and I needed an IV.
Oh my god.
I already knew. I was like, all right, give me an IV. I'm out of here, dude. The doctor was like, you just need an IV, huh? I was like, yep. Hook it up, dog. But yeah, he was just like, all right, I'll give you one. This is the only time though.
Listen, if you're feeling generous, you could throw a little fentanyl drip in there.
Ooh, heck no. Stay away from that.
I remember when Rosie was, having Uriah.
Oh, yeah.
And after the birth, they hooked her up to a fentanyl drug. I was like, hey, dude, you make sure it's the right dosage because I need my lady.
Heck yeah.
I need her to walk out of here with me.
Shoot. Hey, fools are dropping like flies because of that stuff they're putting in all the drugs now.
Somebody was telling me that there's an even stronger dose coming out of the east that's like either 10 or 100 times more powerful than that. I was like,
well, yeah, they're freaking ODing over there like flies. Like they're dropping over there like fly. Like they have so many ODs over there in the East. It's not even funny. Like
I was thinking, why would you even need something like that?
Well, I mean, no, it's not even that. It's just they're putting it in like the general, like your like ecstasy and cocaine and.
No, but what I'm saying though is like, why would you need something that potent if you already have like things that are that strong?
Well, they're cut. It's just they're manufacturing with it now. Like they're cutting the drugs with it. Like so it's not that they need it to make it stronger. They're just doing it to make more, like to make the drug.
Like to save costs or something?
Yeah, because they can't. Well, yeah, that too. But they're using that because instead of, I guess, I'm not a drug dealer. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I'm assuming that it's just like they're using that to cut the drug to make more, or either to make more, or to make like what should we call it? To I guess kill off a lot of people. I'm just either it's the government or it's the drug dealers. They gotta,
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
put your tinfoil hat on.
Here you go.
Let's do it.
But yeah, I mean, I honestly think it's has a lot to do with both. It's the cartels trying to make more money, and then also too, the cartel's part of the government. So I mean, you didn't hear that.
All right, where are your sources from? I'm gonna need you to cite your work.
Hey, fool, I ain't got no sources, dog. I'm just saying, the government's corrupt. So is everybody else.
Whoa. Those are bold claims, sir.
Hey, dog.
I'm gonna need you to have a little bit of factual evidence.
I know my tax dollars ain't going to the street around here. The potholes in the streets.
Right.
Like it should. Come on, it's going somewhere else. And I know it ain't going to my kids' education. Because look at the schools, fool. Look at the teachers striking left and right. Look at Netflix. I'm just kidding.
Look at Netflix.
Well, yeah, did you hear about the strike for all the writers? A lot of new movies ain't coming out no more.
They're doing another writer strike, right? But
yeah.
What's the reason?
But this is for like all the writers. More pay, more money. Because I mean, I get it. These companies that are making the movies, they're multi-billion-dollar organizations, but they can't break the writer off that wrote the story for the movie. A little bit more money.
Is that the case, or do you think there's other things going on?
I'm pretty sure there's other things in the background, but I mean that seems to me what it is. Because it's like you got Warner Brothers, like they've got writers that ghost writers or writers that people that write movies for them or shows, and they break them off. Okay, here's $5,000 for the script, and they make freaking like $20 million, but they can't break them off a little bit more. That's what I'm just assuming. I don't know for a fact because I'm not a writer.
It just seems like, that's the business strategy for like any company, right? Is like we're talking about the drugs is, you want to cut costs wherever you can, and unfortunately, like like have you ever heard of like the 360 deals from like the music industry?
Nah.
Okay, so essentially, like you have this hot new artist, right? You sign some, let's just say, underground rapper.
Yeah.
The label will pick you up and they'll say, oh, I'm going to give you like $1 million with the signing bonus or 500,000 signing bonus, right?
Yeah.
But in the fine details, the label deducts everything out of the contract from the artist.
Oh, okay.
So not only do you not get paid, like you do a show too, and whatever you're earning from that, it goes to the label because you got to essentially make up the
cost,
the debt.
What they fronted you.
Yeah, what they fronted you.
Yeah.
So I think they call
that
like
makes
90-10 deals too.
Yeah, that makes sense, but that's also the artist's fault for signing the contract and not negotiating, right?
Well, but what artist is a lawyer too that's gonna read all that stuff?
You don't need a lawyer.
And let's say that's your only chance in life, seemingly that big label is gonna sign you. Like, why wouldn't you? I'm just saying I see why they would sign you.
Take a minute. Don't get all flustered. Read the fine print, dog. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, but if you're living on the street with a dollar to your name,
I get that, but still, even then, like, I would still read the fine print because I don't know if I'm signing my soul to the devil. You never know.
I think some people would still willingly do it.
Of course, because there's money involved, but like you know, money's the root of all evil, but still, it's
The
like
love of money is the root.
yeah. Well, the love of money. My bad. Correction.
Come on, dog. Hey, don't be spreading misinformation on this podcast, right?
I'm not. I just, you know, let's just paraphrase, dog. But yeah. So like, I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, if somebody's desperate, of course they're gonna not take their time and sign it. But I mean, it's even if you're desperate, you're still gonna like take the time to at least glance over that contract and read the fine print.
Yeah, but let's
if you're
just say
smart about
you're
it.
signing up for like a streaming service. A majority of people aren't going to read the fine print and the terms of service, right? Like we just say like click the box and you're like, I'm not reading 5 pages.
Give it to me now.
And even if you did take the time like to read it, most of it's like technical jargon that you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's
or
true.
what you're reading.
Yeah.
For example, for the other job that I work for, they signed a new like rules and regulations to work in the job. Like some of it was like the same thing, like, you know, drug use on the work site, but then they threw in 2 more, which was like, if you're working on company time, like let's say you have a side hustle, like that's grounds for termination because you're abusing company time, whatever.
Well, that's with any company.
Right, but the heading was so general, like a lot of us didn't sign it at first because the job that I work for is known to add things without, you know, going through the union.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, what is this? Explain it to me first before I sign it.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, we have it posted in the office. I was like, yeah, but I read it and it's so like general and broad and like ambiguous. Like you don't know what it means. Like, can you tell me? And a lot of like the supervisors who were trying to get us to sign it, they didn't even know themselves. It was like, oh yeah, it's the old thing. It's like, well, it's not.
Yeah, I mean it comes down to like, you know, like everybody just gotta either you sign it and you just take that chance or you read it, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just all about taking that time and reading whatever you gotta read, even if it's stuff that you don't know. You're gonna comprehend some of it, you know. There's some stuff in there that you're gonna understand and be like, okay, I get the general gist of this, you know.
Just give me the check.
Yeah, like, but I mean that's just people being irresponsible.
I mean, I guess so. If your situation says, "Hey, I need money," then I guess a lot of people are gonna take the money. But
True.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, even there's times like even when I bought my wife's car, like the dude's like, "Oh yeah, you just sign this." Now I'm like, "Hold on, what?" I was like, "Can you explain this?" Like,
first of all, can you read this to me?
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, he broke it down all quick, like, "Oh, it just means that you're signing this because they're selling you this car. We're not liable no more." I was like, "Okay," and then I was like, "All right, can I have some time to read this?" He's like trying to pressure me to sign it real quick. I was like, "Hold on, nothing's finalized yet. I can still walk out, bro. Like, let me read this." And
What do you say?
he's just like, kind of like, "Okay."
They say you need a dictionary?
Nah, he's just like, "Okay," you know. But I mean, most of the time, it's of course a lot of it was like stuff that I didn't understand, but some of it,
it's
like,
true, though. Yeah.
but most like some of it I did understand. And I was like, okay, I can sign this. But then there was like other stuff like about the warranty and stuff, like if you don't bring it in, this and that.
It's like it's like Good Burger.
Yeah.
I know some of these words.
Pretty much. But it's just like, you know, like you can, even though you don't understand some of it, you can still understand the gist of what it's trying to get to you.
Yeah.
So like, but it's just, you know, that's just the thing. Is like, anytime you sign something, I was raised to be like read the fine print before you do anything. Because if you don't, that's where you get screwed up. And don't get me wrong, I've done it in my life where I just signed something and later on I'm like, oh crap, what did I just sign?
When you have an interest rate of 36%.
Yeah.
And, like,
And then I'm like, later on I'm like, oh crap, I just screwed myself. But
I mean, we've all done that to some extent, though.
yeah.
Like, can't judge you. I've been there myself.
Yeah, so it's just a learning. But also too, it's you know, you're a new artist. Of course, you're not gonna know everything about the business. So of course, I understand you gotta take some chances, but sometimes you gotta just, you know.
That's so scary though. Like, imagine you're in that position where like you're about to make some real money, and then let's say you hire an accountant,
Yeah.
Like, how do you know which accountant to make or to work with? Because you have a lot of stories where these guys are just like stealing all your money, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, if I hire an accountant, it's somebody that, that I know that's going to, at least you got to trust somebody with something. And also, too, you even though you hire an accountant, you got to look at your books, too, yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just let that fool just do whatever he wants all willy-nilly. It's
So,
your money you're talking about,
There's this rap artist. His name is Derek Minor, and he signed with
the first mistake. He's a minor.
He signed with a Christian label.
Yeah.
And same thing. His accountant took money from him, so he made another song called "Touchdown."
Yeah.
And he gives you like 10 rules like within the music business. It was like in one of the bars he says, "Watch the person, watching the person, watching the person, watching the money." Capiche?
Yeah.
So it's just like even in like a space where you're supposed to like be trustworthy, you're still human at heart, right?
Well, yeah, of course. You can't trust. I mean, it's money, but also too, it's
the love of money, dog.
same thing. Look at what Eazy and Ice Cube. Eazy did the Ice Cube and Dr. Dre and all them.
What do you do? Break it down
with their accountant. They were embezzling money from them. They were only paying Eazy for the labels and whatever they made, and Eazy had a fat house, and these fools were still eating like 7-Eleven food. That fool was eating all lavish life, and these fools are still barely making it. So that's why Ice Cube left, because he got mad. He's like, dude, you guys are stealing money from me, and he straight up told them. It's in the movie too, but it's also like I've watched videos of Ice Cube talk about it too. He said, yeah, they were stealing money from us. But it's also too like you gotta watch who you get in business with, who you get in bed with, I guess you could say. You can't just get in bed with anybody.
Well, I think that's a perfect example though, like with those guys NWA.
Yeah.
It's like, first of all, back then, especially like rap and stuff, like there wasn't much of a market for mainstream.
Yeah.
Like these dudes are like literally selling tapes out of the trunk. And then you had that dude, Jerry Heller, who came in, and because he was like already in the music business, like he made a deal that was more beneficial to him. So that's like...
Well, yeah, that's the thing, you can't just trust anybody. You gotta watch it. But I mean, it's just one of those things where in the music business, it's hard. Any business, but in the music business especially, they're more, you got other people that know this business that have been doing this for like 30, 40 years already. So they're going to take some money from you. But, even with like business in yourself, you got to manage your money correctly and make sure that everything's good.
That's so... Well, I'm not there yet. I don't have a lot of money to be watched, so...
No, like,
one day.
Like, even if you don't have a lot of money, like you got $20 in your pocket, you got to make it last a week. You got to budget yourself.
No, I agree.
But like same thing, like even when you have a lot of money, you still got to budget yourself. You can't go, oh, I just got $100,000. I'm going to go buy me a Lambo. Like, nah.
One of the famous stories that I love is like a turnaround is Shaq when he got his first deal. I think he got like $1 million.
Yeah.
And he was just buying like everything. And his accountant called. He was like, hey, you're going to be broke like soon if you don't stop spending like this.
Yeah, dude.
So he started like investing into other things, and now he's like
he's ultra freaking billionaire.
Like a billionaire now.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Of course, you're young, or even if you're not young, you get that money. You're like, oh, I got money to spend. Of course, you want to buy some stuff and overspend. Then later on, you're like, crap. I shouldn't have bought this. I shouldn't have bought that. Even when I go shopping. At the grocery store, I'm like, dude, I just spent $300. Should I have bought everything that I needed? Did I really need this stuff?
I know, when you go to Sprouts, you're like, can my bank account support this?
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Sprouts, but yeah.
I can't afford it for you.
Yeah. Sprouts is expensive. Now you go to El Super.
Now we gotta get organic. My thing is like, if we're gonna buy food, especially, is like I'd rather get good stuff and spend a little bit more than buy like generic GMO stuff.
I get it, but I just
listen. I'm all about balling on a budget. Don't get me wrong, but if there's things where I can spend a little bit and it's gonna benefit me, like I'm not gonna buy Jordans. Like,
no, I just can't shop at Sprouts. Like it's too healthy for me.
All right, dog. We'll end it right there. Thanks for coming on.
Always a pleasure.